Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone for teaching this truth time and time again. Shem as we men of the Lord. The water Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash. And the brother Tahawam, just going into all these situations that are happening with the chemicals and these derailings and all these situations that are happening, which kind of a coincidence. These false flags, these derailments, finding in Pennsylvania that it was dynamite on the rails, and then or how the East Palestinian thing happened. But remember what they're trying to push the system with: climate control. And when chemicals are clean, it's this government program how they get clean, regulations on how they did the FEMA thing with the pestilence. They gained more control, and then how they did even with how you see how the airport system is, how they set that system in by using these false flags in these situations, all these causing to set forth their laws and regulations to give up your rights, saying for your safety. This is what they do. So I'm gonna get a scripture real quick, and then get in a couple of these articles, because it's kind of ironic that they lost a little power in a court case, and now this year, well, a little bit last year, like 7 months ago. But this is Daniel chapter 8, verse 23, and this is going into the Antiochus time and what the laws and the systems he was putting forth to cause our people to fail. But there's nothing new in the sin, and that spirit is back on this earth. So this is Daniel chapter 8, verse 23. And the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors shall come to the full, and a king of fierce countenance, understanding darkness, shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty. Shall be mighty. And Esau, Edom's power is mighty now. They control the fabric of how you live your life, of society at this very moment. So this is, and power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, because Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai has gave them the power. He has given the hands over me, the hands of the earth over to the wicked. Let me grab that real quick. Set forth the basis of men. Bear with me. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. And the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And who's the people that put their face on everything, saying that we were this, we were everything great on the earth, that they created the whole earth. And that's how these low-level Edomites really be thinking. There was a world star. It was like, you're a race, Mitch, and all that stuff. It's like, you're an inferior race. The Lord said he was going to put forth the basis of men. So let's just get that. Because when I seen that on World Star, that kind of pissed me off. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. And the matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the Holy One, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, who set forth these people, to intend that their living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man, and giveth to whosoever he will, set over the basis of men. So the Lord, really, it was a punishment. The Lord, they're a wicked. Why is that doing that shit? I don't know. He set forth you guys, so that's why. But not by his own power. He shall destroy wonderfully. He shall prosper and precise, and shall destroy the mighty and the Holy One. And through his policies, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. So people think all these things, all this thing is happening. Oh my God, they're killing us. And they have even a nefarious reason on doing it. Because 7 months ago, it was a court case in West Virginia, CNN. It was posted February 26, 2022. The Supreme Court hearing is a major case on the EPA's authority over planet warming gases. And now what are they putting this climate control that they have to, the WEF has to put it, and that's important for the New World Order. Here's what's at stake. This is what they're saying. The Government Protection Agency faces a Supreme Court on Monday that deals with a significant blow to the federal government's ability to fight climate crisis and protect in a worse outcome. Republican authorities will argue the EPA has no authority to regulate planet warming emissions, and they end up losing this case. So who brought this license up what to do, what they want to do? West Virginia, and Patrick Mosley is a main plaintiff in this case, joining the Republican, generally more dozens. And the plaintiffs challenge the EPA's authority to regulate greenhouse gases coming to the planet. So, you know, case dismissal in brief, social U.S. General Office asked the Supreme Court to dismiss this case, saying the Republican state attorney general and coal companies lack standing because of no EPA regulations currently in effect. This is what happened. So they're saying they keep control. And still ongoing, because this is what they did. The EPA has a regulation to reserve its, the EPA gives it was an act put forth in the Congress. Resource Conservation and Recovery Act gives EPA authority to control hazardous waste from the cradle to the grave. This includes generation, transport, treatment, storage, and dismissal of hazardous materials. The RCF also and it was in 1968 when this was put forth, framework that manage non-hazard waste too. The problem, so they can put forth laws, businesses, put criminal laws, take your land for cleanup purposes. That's why cradle to the grave until it's fixed. So where the area is that it has, if you look on the map between Ohio and all these areas, they're all warm climates, very trees, produces a lot of trees, a lot of farmland. Georgia is like one of the best areas, primarily where there's a lot of Jake people too in that southern area of like Mississippi, Alabama, where all the rivers are climbing down. So they're destroying it. They're using their policies to cause the risen, because this is what the EPA actually is supposed to do. The EPA regulates the manufacturing and processing and distribution and the use of chemicals and other pollutants. The agent enforces its findings through fines, sanctions, and other procedures. Anything possible. If you ever see that show Jack Reacher, look what they were doing. Like, it gets all the way up to Congress, and so now they can literally just write that off and destroy your land, and then fine the companies for it, and then you're paying for them to clean up, and you're not being able to use that land for that situation. So it gives them a lot of power. So imagine these events are going to give them even more power, because now people can't grow or anything. Now the EPA has control of their land, and look what they're going to cause Kraft to prosper. They push forth these chemical control laws, but not by its own power. He shall destroy wonder and shall prosper and precise and shall destroy mighty and the holy people. And through his policies, he shall cause Kraft to prosper, as he shall magnify himself as his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Through peace, he shall also stand against the princes of princes, but he shall be broken without hands. So this climate control is not going to, because the Lord's coming back to destroy them. But this is, they're ultimately, Bear with me. This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 5. They encountered themselves in an evil manner. They commute of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? But the Lord sees you. They search out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search. Both their inward thoughts of every one of them, their heart is deep. So that's what they are. They're these little, they shooting at the mighty, and they're trying to put forth their system, which the Lord has put for, gave them the power to. But the Lord also said, Revelation chapter 18, Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, the wrath is come, and the time of the dead, they should be judged, and that they should give award unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear the name. So the Lord is going to give it to his people, small and great, and should us destroy them which destroy the earth. Because that's technically destroying all that farmland to get control. What they're willing to do, it's causing everything to mourn. This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languishes and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. And that's what they said. It's a new word that people are feeling. Languishes. So now their land is defiled, destroyed. All those farmers. Those are areas where farmers would pass down their land in the south. And in those areas where it was because Virginia and it's a lot of tobacco farming and a lot of areas like that. And the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws and changed the ordinance and breaking the everlasting. So they said now they put this a system that they're going to be able to go in and for your protection, put more regulations to ultimately come, as Bill Gates is buying off all the land as all those areas. And it's kind of funny that a lot of the land that he bought is not in those areas. So it's pretty ridiculous. The gates of hell will not prevail. This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelled therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven. So all those areas are all those animals in the water, fish dying everywhere. Look what they did. Yeah, the fish of the sea shall be taken away. Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for thy people are as they strive with the priests. For there shall fall in that day, the prophets also shall fall in that night. Well, this is coming in that situation, but ultimately, because this is the Lord is putting forth an unrighteous ruler because of our people. Verse 6, my people are destroyed out of lack of knowledge, because they have rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. As in that area in the Georgias where all that water is flowing, they were building they were building the land. They were going to build a city, and like let's build in the Esau's kingdom. And you see now how that's working out. All that land is going to be defiled with chemicals spills, and then be able to be taken control of by the EPA, Environment Protection Agency, which is a system. They always have a government entity that regulates and does these systems, and then these false flags of these rules coming that will draconian measures with laws and all that stuff. They literally it's their fault, but they're gonna see it's your reason. I mean, but it's gonna blame it on you, because we're just trying to protect you, so just give us your land. This is how the devil gets down. not coming up, so let me just grab something. Matthew chapter 16, verse 18. And I say unto thee, thou art Peter, and upon the rock will I build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail. So the only how we're going to be able to have a system is when the Lord puts forth a righteous ruler, and he put it forth through this foundation, which was this truth, which came off from Yahushua and on to Peter, the church. And then the elders and apostles have brought forth that and continue the priest's word. And that's what the Lord said. He was going to put it. And that was the foundation, not coming and building property in Georgia to build a new Jerusalem in America, where you see how that's working. It's destroyed. But the gates of hell will not prevail. So the Lord we already have a victory. A little bit more on this. Because this is what the EPA does. Americans can clean air and land and water, environment efforts to reduce environment risks as base available scientific information, federal protection, human health, and environment administration enforced fairly and effective as Congress is attended. So these are all words of they can protect you by taking your land, and this is what. But we're going to find out. Everyone's finding they're using these laws and being liberal, protecting that he was never that. This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 5. And the vile shall be no more called liberal, nor churl shall be bountiful. For that vile person will speak violently, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy. So they literally did it and practicing. But now people are understanding that these people are not for them. They're setting up a new order, and now we understand. They didn't understand when it was the 9/11 attack, where they were just setting up safety precautions through a government agency using their laws. But now it's being seen the Lord has made Esau bare. That they no longer can practice hypocrisy, to utter error against the Lord, and to make empty the souls of the hungry. And he will cause them to drink, cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instrument also of the churl are evil. He despises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. But the liberal devises liberal things, but liberal things shall be standing. And if you look at these liberal, that's what they say, liberalism, like Democrats, he's for it. These liberals, the Republic, because the Republicans were against that EPA on that conference. That's what we brought it for. Inclining, willing, noble, generous, inciting, they're going to give you something, priestly rank. That's what they said. But he shall no longer be looked at as by our people or even the whole world. So with that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem Rakak Wadash. So Wada Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Shalom.